The results for my pelvic scan. Good morning, everyone. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update because I have been talking about doing the update, but I just keep getting caught up with stuff. Well, let me tell you, it has been a scorcher of a heat wave last week or so, like in the hundreds. Today's gonna be the first day that it's cloudy and 88, which is why I'm out walking. Finally doesn't feel like I'm Satan's asshole. Our central air conditioning broke for the first time since we moved to this house. It broke over the weekend, so we have just been sweating balls, dude. Like just for days, and it has been extremely uncomfortable. It's been hard to sleep at night. I am seriously lacking sleep. Been drinking way more coffee than I should, I'll tell you that. And of course, you know, it's the height of summer, so all the HVAC people are like, yeah, we'll put you in the queue. You know, looks like we're not gonna have anything available till next week. So, you know, we're taking some advice from one of Cameron's coworkers' friends who's an HVAC guy and trying to do it ourselves. We'll see how that works out. I think we just got the blower motor last night, so he's gonna try to fix it today. Anyway, the results of my pelvic ultrasound, if you didn't watch the video about me getting a pelvic ultrasound, I'll just link it in the description box below so you can kind of catch up. Now, I don't know exactly everything that they scanned. I guess I'm gonna figure that out on my follow-up with my primary doctor. But I do know they looked at both my ovaries, at least. And they said everything was normal. So why do I still feel this way? They asked me if I was satisfied with those results or if I wanted to schedule a follow-up, and I was like, of course I want to schedule a follow-up. It's not normal. You know, something's going on down there and we need to figure it out. And you know, good old America. Good old America. They're like, well, you're not dying, so you can wait. So my follow-up is next month. I'm very interested to see where the doctor is gonna want to go from here. I was doing some reading and listening to some of your comments talking about endometriosis sometimes not being visualized on ultrasound. I don't know if they looked at everything or if they just looked at the ovaries. It's kind of back to the drawing board at this point. I mean, it's like good news, right? I don't have ovarian cancer. I don't have nasty cysts or anything, at least that I know of. They just said it was normal. That's good news, right? But then that also begs the question, why am I still having these pains and everything? So I was reading that laparoscopic exploratory surgery is like the gold standard for diagnosing endometriosis. I've never been put out for anything in my life, so that really makes me nervous. Like I said, I want to see what my doctor's gonna say about, you know, the next steps that she wants to take in terms of figuring this out. I just want to rule everything out before I go with your uterus is gonna ute. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of you were mentioning perimenopause because of my age. I'm 38. I mean, I don't think it's that. My mom didn't really go through perimenopause until her late 40s, and then I think she had menopause like around 58 or something. You know, same with my grandma. Both of them were like extremely fertile well into their 40s. I'll just say men had to get snip. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not something I'm gonna rule out. It's definitely something I'm gonna bring up to my doctor. Oh, I just got blasted with a sprinkler. Actually, that felt really good. I hate summer, you guys. I'm not made for Southern California heat. Neither is Cam. The kids hate it. We don't like it. We belong in the mountains where it's cold. What was I saying? Perimenopause. I don't think it's that. I know that things like fertility and your reproductive health tend to be a genetic thing. Like whatever your grandma or your mom went through, that's kind of what you're gonna go through. But that's not always the case. So I'm definitely gonna bring it up to my doctor. Kind of leaning towards it not being that, because I do ovulation tests every month just to find out where my fertile window is, and every month without fail, it's like clockwork. It's like the same exact cycle day every month. I've always had really painful menstrual cycles from the time I got my period up until 2020 when I went keto. Even when I was a teenager, my pediatrician had mentioned endometriosis to me before. We just never really looked into it. I guess I didn't really think about it because once I went keto 5 years ago, my periods got super regular, super comfortable, you know, pain-free. It was lovely. It was really really lovely. I had an aunt who had really terrible periods. My mother's sister, really, really awful. Like, she would have to stay home from school 1 day a month because of how bad they were. My mom was like, I never had that. I don't understand that. So it's hard for my mom to understand my pain when I was a teenager, you know? Sorry for the weird angle. I'm just trying to not film people's houses. Anyway, that is the update. I still don't know what's going on. I know that at least my ovaries look normal, and who knows what the next steps are. But I'm definitely going to bring up endometriosis and perimenopause to my doctor and just see what she recommends as far as figuring out what's going on. It's so funny because I feel like all of the things that I was complaining about several months ago are starting to get better. Isn't that the kicker? Isn't that how it always is? Like, I'm sick, something's wrong. Let me go see the doctor, and then it starts getting better. I feel like this is going to be kind of like what happened when we figured out my CIDP Tdap injury. It took forever. It took freaking months, and it was a process of elimination because the first thing they thought was like, oh, you might have multiple sclerosis, and they did a brain and spine MRI, and everything was fine there, and it was like we had to go back to the drawing board, and I feel like it's going to be the same thing with whatever this is going on with my reproductive organs. Anyway, if y'all could send us some good vibes for getting the air conditioner fixed today. Because if we don't get it fixed today, then it's gonna be night 6 of sweating bollocks and not sleeping because of that. And Cam and I were just saying it feels like New Orleans. You ever taken a shower and then you just step out of the shower and then you just feel instantly dirty again? That's how it has felt the last few days. Like I said, we're getting a lovely break of 88 today, but by the weekend it's going to be 100 again, so I don't want to do it. Hello, good sir. Yes, we are still feeding the neighborhood cats, and I leave out a giant bowl of water for pretty much any animal that needs it. I leave it on the steps. Anyway, I'm gonna go sit in front of the fan for 10 minutes and then get breakfast started for the kids. I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.